Alright, I think we just made it for the start. They're coming through turns 3 and 4 onto the front stretch. And the green flag is in the air, and we're underway in Milwaukee Mile for the IndyCar series. Whew, just made it. I just made it for the start of this race. 250 laps around this historic 1 mile racetrack in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And already on the jump is Alex Palou. Oh, spin off turn 4 hard in the wall. It's Nolan Siegel hard into the outside wall off turn 4. What just happened to him? All by himself. Looked like he just got onto the curb and he just lost it. Yep. Oh, hard shot to the outside wall. Yep, all by himself. On board with him now. Yep. Oof. What's up, Kylan? Kyle, how upset are you that you couldn't get redemption from last year? Fuck you! I don't want to talk about this! RCR sucks! There we go. Just made it just in time for the start of this race, and as soon as they got the green flag, this happens. So the IndyCar Series is racing at Milwaukee Mile for the second to last race of the season. The second to last season of the 2025 IndyCar season. Alex Palou has already locked up the championship 2 races early, but he's looking to end his season on a high note. His championship season on a high note. I'm not winning at Daytona. What? Kyle, can you win at Daytona? Why are you asking me that now? Daytona's over already. Daytona is over already. Grandpa, can I go to IndyCar? No, Ty, you have to stay with me in NASCAR. Grandpa, why didn't you help me get the win at Daytona? Ty, I did tell you I'm not helping you from this point out. You're on your own. You're by yourself. Grandpa, can I go to the Milwaukee Mile? Shut up, Ty. I'm not listening. So this was on the initial start, looking at Connor Daly. Whoa! Round the outside of Newgarden and Will Power. Round the outside. That was in turns 1 and 2. And here it is again in turns 3 and 4 around Powell Ward and Kyle Kirkwood. Jeez. Making moves already. I see you, Connor Daly. I see you, Daly. I had a horrible race. I had damage that affected my car. I could have won, but no. This pit crew sucks. It was Colton Herta, who started deep in the field, already up 7 positions? Holy cow. Holy cow, Herta. Already up to 17th after that initial start. There's a Miller Lite car in the field? What? There's a Miller Lite car in the field? I believe I saw that, but I don't know who's driving that car. All right, coming back to the restart. On the gas, green flag once again. Palou on the jump. Everybody fanning out middle of the field. Scott Dixon trying to make something work back there. There's Kyle Kirkwood on the inside. Yellow again? What's the caution for now? Huh? What's the yellow for this time? What? Whoa! Graham Rahal, but he saved it. So the caution's for that? Bruh, that's not a yellow. That's not a yellow. Oh my gosh, IndyCar. That's not a yellow. Oh my gosh. The grandpa, Can I listen to rock and roll? I was in rock and roll. I'm not listening, Ty. You're being annoying. I'm going to pay Eric Jones back for costing me the win. Oof. Nolan Siegel again, showing the replay of what happened on the first lap. Oof. Hard shot to the outside wall for Nolan Siegel. Already 2 cautions in less than 15 laps. The first one on lap 1 was understandable, but the second caution for Graham Rahal barely getting sideways, that was not a yellow. That's not a yellow IndyCar. Come on. It's nice to see Miller Lite in racing again, like with the 5-hour energy last year in IndyCar, although they're both not in NASCAR anymore. Yeah, I kind of like that as well. Although the 5-hour energy, I'm kind of lost on that. But it's nice to see both of those sponsors in IndyCar every once in a while. Ty, how many times are you going to ask me that question about being in Kyle Busch's old number? You're not getting it. Well, still, you're not getting the 18th tie. Not gonna happen. All right, can we please make it at least one lap under green, please, guys? Green flag once again. Palau on the jump once again. Oh, Malukas coming around the outside, going for the top spot from Palau. Oh, Palau trying to squeeze him, but Malukas says no way. Malukas to the point. There we go. We made it a lap finally. We finally made it a lap, folks. Now, what does David Malukas do to try to hold off Palau? As meanwhile, that was the pass for, I believe, sixth spot as Will Power got around Kyle Kirkwood. A little bit deeper in the field, looking at Santino Ferrucci. And Christian Rasmussen and Christian Lundgaard battling side by side for that position. Battle of the Christians. Rasmussen and Lundgaard. That's for 10th, I believe. Oh, watch out, Lundgaard! Almost got into Rasmussen, and he just cleared him off the corner. Oh, that's for 11th. Never mind. But Rasmussen fights back around the outside of Lundgaard to retake the 11th spot. Okay, Rasmussen. Meanwhile, I'm back on board with Will Power, running in the 6th spot. Remember, remember at this point last year at Milwaukee Mile, Will Power pretty had a very strong car throughout most of this race. Was leading laps and was in the fight for the championship as the season was closing last year. But later on in the race here at Milwaukee, Will Power spun out. But that wasn't the only thing that cost Will Power a shot at a championship. It was the it was the 12 team that did it. Because on the first pit stop they just changed the tires, but then for some reason the 12 team told Will Power to pit again to replace the wing. That cost him a lap. But up front, David Malukas has opened up to 1.6-second lead over Palau. He's definitely putting on a show right now as he's opened up to about a second and a half over Alex Palou here at the Milwaukee Mile. Already something something strategic going on in this race. But up front, it's David Malukas leading the way. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. When am I gonna do NASCAR? Well, actually, there was a NASCAR race last night, and I didn't get to react to that. I didn't get to do live reactions to that race last night. Only regular reactions. That's up on my channel when I reacted to the last few laps of the race. So in terms of NASCAR reactions, in terms of what happened last night, go check out the video that I posted earlier this morning when I posted like regular reactions, reacting to the last few laps of that race. But in terms of what's coming up next in terms of NASCAR, in terms of live reactions, the Southern 500 is next week. Why did I why did I not look at Richmond? I did see Richmond, but again, just like last just like last night for the Cup race at Daytona, I only did regular reactions to the Richmond race last weekend. So in terms of if you want to see what I how I reacted to the Richmond race last weekend, that's also up on my channel when I reacted to the last laps of Richmond last weekend. Seeing NASCAR diecasts in the background, can you show us what they are if possible, or tell us what they are, please? Well, these NASCAR diecasts right here, they're a mix of both NASCAR diecasts and late model diecasts that I have. They're a mix of NASCAR diecasts and late model diecasts. And I sometimes post them, and I sometimes post about the NASCAR diecast that I got in my community tab. Can I can I see the Portland reaction live? Um, Portland for IndyCar or Portland for NASCAR, Kylan? Which one are you referring to? I'm going to try and get Elio Castroneves and Connor Zilic Red Bull car on the 30th or the 31st. I'm going to try to get Connor Zilic's diecast as well as Elio Castroneves, Wendy's car that he ran in the Daytona 500. I'm going to see if I can try to get those as well. Oh, for NASCAR? Um, Sorry, but I can't do that. I can't do that because that's on a Saturday. What about the trucks? Trucks at Darlington? What day is that? Is that on a Saturday or a Sunday? But meanwhile, back to the race, the battle for the lead is starting to tighten up. The gap has shrunk between David Malukas and Alex Palou. The gap is about half a second as they were weaving their way through traffic. Now Malukas is starting to open up the gap just a little bit over Palau. Now the gap is about half a second between Malukas and Palau. Palau trying his best to close the gap. He got there just a little bit while they're working through traffic. Now they're coming up on another lap car. Whoa, Malukas! He did not get through turns 1 and 2 at all that time. Here comes Palau to the inside. And he's going to get it. Palau back to the point. What the heck just happened to Malukas? He just suddenly slowed through turns 1 and 2. Malukas just suddenly slowed through turns 1 and 2. For some reason, I don't know if he lost the nose or what. You also see diecast on the bed frame right here. One of them looks like Cowbush 3 cheat car and Kevin Harvick's Budweiser tribute diecast. Not even close. Sorry, nope. I think the black card you're referring to is Eric Jones' Guns N' Roses car. And Kevin Harvick Budweiser tribute, I don't have that either. I think you saw a red card, and I think you're referring to this one, which is Todd Gilliland's generator scheme. But anyways, up front it is now Alex Palou, who just locked up the championship a couple weeks ago at Portland, but now he's trying to end his season on a high note as he leads here at Milwaukee. We hope to get Ty Majeski's 2024 Phoenix truck diecast, the championship scheme, and Jimmy Johnson's Carvana Phoenix diecast too. Maybe even Casey Kane's Rockingham car. Wow, there's so many cool cars. Lol. Yeah. In terms of more diecasts, in terms of diecasts that I'm waiting on getting on, planning to get, like I said, I'm planning on getting Elio Castroneves' Wendy's scheme that he ran in the Daytona 500 and Connor Zillich's Red Bull scheme that he ran for a few races this year. But that's to be determined of when I'm gonna get those schemes. Oh, oh, I'm just now looking at something on X, and it looks as though somebody proposed before the race started. Somebody, somebody proposed to their, I believe, I, I'm assuming their girlfriend before the race started. Wow. Oh, you couldn't tell what the diecast were at first until you zoomed in. Oh, oh, because the quality doesn't pick up stuff in the background well. To be fair, well, the webcam that I'm using, it says it's supposed to be 1080p, 1080 HP, so the quality should be good enough. We hope to get Kyle Busch's 7-Eleven car, Denny Hamlin's, Jimmy Johnson, and even Corey Himes at Daytona. and maybe Casey Kane's car from Rockingham, and maybe even SVG's Sonoma win. That's a lot of diecast that you want to get. Well, hopefully you can get those soon. Oh, the Denny Hamlin throwback, the one that he won at Darlington, the Carl Edwards scheme. Meanwhile, back at the Milwaukee Mile, and it's still Alex Palou up front. Open up to a 2.7-second lead over David Malukas. Oh, we got pit stops happening right now. Marcus Armstrong just pitted. Here's Will Power on pit road. Also, Devlin DeFrancesco's in. And here comes Felix Rosenquist on pit road as well. And Power is down and away. 7 seconds flat for Power. Here's Pato Ward in for his service. Also, Scott McLaughlin's on pit road, getting serviced up. McLaughlin's down in the way. That was a close call. 7.1 from McLaughlin, and he almost ran into Scott Dixon because Dixon was heading into his stall. That was close. 6.1 for Pato Ward. Same with Scott Dixon, 6.1. There's Connor Daly, just finished his service. He's down and away. There's Newgarden, down and away as well. I think this would be the best place for IndyCar to host a throwback weekend. I agree, John. Milwaukee Mile, it's a historic racetrack. From what I heard, it's been there for over 100 years. The Milwaukee Mile has been there for over 100 years. I believe that's correct. But anyways, here's the leader, Alex Palou, in for his service. Same with David Malukas. Santino Ferrucci's getting serviced up. And Ferrucci's down and away. And Palou, 7-second flat. Malukas, 7.1. Thoughts on the Israeli IndyCar driver in the field from Tel Aviv? Oh, Robert Schwartzman? I believe he's a solid rookie driver, to be honest with you. Earned Prema Racing their first pole in the Indy 500 and became the first rookie since 1983 to win on the pole for the Indy 500. It's a very solid start for Robert Schwartzman. There's Louis Foster. He has now resumed the lead, but now he comes to pit road for his service. And I'll hand the lead back over to Alex Palou. And we got a new driver in second spot. That's Scott McLaughlin. I almost said Mike McLaughlin. Oops. Oh. Whew, that was close on pit road between McLaughlin and Dixon. That was close. Yeah. You hope the Talladega win for the two. You hope Talladega win for the two comes out. Can you be a little bit more specific, Kylan? Can you be a little bit more specific when you said you hope Talladega win for the two comes out? Imagine if Mike McLaughlin left left NASCAR for IndyCar after 2002 and 2003. Yeah, imagine that. on board with Graham Rahal. Ooh, that was close off turn two. Malukas nearly caught the wall, got in the wake of McLaughlin. That was close. That was close. Hmm. Nope. Once again, jeez, Malukas again did not get through turns one and two well at all. I don't know if he's very extremely slow through that or he's just losing the nose or what, but he just lost a ton of time to McLaughlin. You saw an image of Kyle Larson's 2024 NASCAR IndyCar at a Forza track in South Africa, posted last fall on Ethan Turner's community page. What? At a Forza track in South Africa? Huh? Okay, that's random. Well, the first cycle of green flag pit stops have cycled through, and it's still Alex Palou leading the way at the Milwaukee Mile. Imagine if NASCAR ever raced in South Africa. Oh boy, that would be a handful. That would be so much of a handful. Imagine if Kyle Busch goes to IndyCar. Well, in 2017, Kyle Busch was supposed to run the Indianapolis 500. As a matter of fact, in 2017, Kyle had original plans to run the Indianapolis 500. He had the deal set up with I believe McLaren. I don't know, but he had the deal set up. They had the sponsor, but the unfortunate part was Joe Gibbs didn't allow him to run it because that was a problem because Joe Gibbs was so strict on their drivers running in NASCAR. So unfortunately for Kyle Busch at that time, he couldn't he couldn't run the Indianapolis 500. Yeah, Toyota said yes, and M&M's the sponsor of whatever Kyle was supposed to be running, whatever. Yeah, Toyota said yes, and M&M said yes for whatever car that Kyle Busch was going to be running, and that sponsor was going to be it. But unfortunately, Joe Gibbs said no. Gibbs didn't want Kyle driving a Chevy, I guess. Now, I believe that's that's what I'm assuming, but we'll never know. Imagine if Chase Elliott goes to IndyCar. Um, hmm. Chase Elliott to IndyCar, or at least in the Indy 500? Maybe in the future, but as of right now, I don't think so. All right. All right. And we are back. And oh my gosh, the gap has opened up to about 8 seconds from Palau to McLaughlin. 8 seconds is the gap from Palau to McLaughlin. It looks as though David Maluk is starting to catch back up to Scott McLaughlin to battle for second. Now we're looking at fourth place between Alexander Rossi and Will Power, as Power's trying to catch up to Rossi to get the fourth spot away from him. I think I think the most likely possibility would be Connor Zillage for the Indianapolis 500. John, ironic now since Busch is running a Chevy, he could, if he really wanted to do the double header. What would what would be his sponsor? What would be his sponsor and team? I'm guessing McLaren again and Zone, Cheddar's or Rebel Bourbon if he were to do the Indy 500. Yeah, to be honest with you, Miles, Proverbs Lab, I kind of want to see Kyle Busch run the Indianapolis 500 someday, since he's running in Chevrolet equipment now, since he never got a chance to do it in 2017 because Joe Gibbs being Joe Gibbs. But I would really want to see Kyle Busch run the Indianapolis 500 someday before he hangs up the helmet. Imagine if Noah Gragson runs the Indy 500. Oh my gosh, that would be interesting. Meanwhile, back on board with Will Power. Oh, come on, that battle was heating up. Come on, Fox. And the pass is made. Will Power up to fourth now, taking it away from Alexander Rossi. Joe Gibbs is the same guy who rushed J.J. Yeley to Cup in 2006, then kicked him to the curb after the 2007 season. If that if Kyle Busch to the Indy 500 happens, Kyle, are you scared about racing in the Indy 500? Are you sure you want to do it? Shut up, interviewer! I want to do whatever I want before I hang it up. Ty Dillon to Indy? I don't think it's happening. I don't think that could happen. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on here? A lot of traffic. Oh, and Rossi has gone back around Will Power for the fourth spot. Now it looks like Will Power has fallen into the clutches of Pato Award. What about Corey Day for the Indy 500? It could happen. I mean, he is in the developmental program for Hendrick Motorsports, so it could happen in the future. Oh, Cody Ware in the Indy 500? Yeah, as John said, he was supposed to race at Indianapolis. He passed the rookie test, but the team withdrew due to the lack of funding in 2021. That was before the downfall of Cody Ware, because we all know what happened in 2023. As I usually say in my race reactions, when they show Cody Ware, I just go, "Oh, it's Cody Ware." Oh, jeez! Wow. So that's what happened to Will Power. Got into the wake of Graham Rahal and got really sideways. Oh, because Rahal got loose in front of him. That's why. That's why. So that's why Will Power lost the fourth spot. Joey Gase doing the doubleheader for Indy and NASCAR for the Memorial Day double. Oh my gosh. Come to think of it, I'm not so sure if Joey Gase has ever done the Indy 500. Has he? Or am I thinking of someone else? But I don't think he has. AJ Allmendinger doing the double. Um, I want to say, I want to say Allmendinger has, or wait, no, 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 no. I want to say Allmendinger did do the Indy 500, but I'm not 100% sure. Has has Allmendinger run the Indy 500 before? I'm kind of lost. I know he's run the Coke 600, that's for sure. But both races in one? Hmm. Oh gosh, don't get me started on Chris Wright, miles per hour's lap. Don't get me started on Chris Wright. Or should I say Chris Wrong? Alex Bowman doing the Indy double? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know about Alex Bowman. Timmy Hill doing the doubleheader? Jeez, a lot of random names, guys. Golly. A lot of random NASCAR drivers if they would do the Indianapolis 500 and Coke 600 in the same day. Gosh, my gosh. Alex Palou doing the double. Well, he won the Indianapolis 500 earlier this year. Him doing the double. If he wants to do the double for both the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600, he's gonna have to do some testing in a stock car first before he decides to the do some NASCAR races. He's gonna have to do some testing in a Cup Series car, especially in the next gen car. That's my take on that. Garrett Smithley, BJ McLeod, JJ Haley. Guys, these random drivers' names. My goodness. Oh my goodness, these random driver names. All right. And back at Milwaukee Mile, where Alex Palou continues to be the dominant car up front. It's led over over 74 laps already. Oh, pit stops. Here's Will Power and Paddle Ward in for their second service of the day. And Power's down and he's away. A 6 second flat for Power. And Paddle Ward also 6 seconds flat. Oh, Rossi's in for his service. Same with Christian Lundgaard. Rossi's down and away. 7 second flat for Rossi. And Lundgaard, a little bit slow on the right front for Lundgaard. Very slow stop. 9 seconds. Ouch. Here's Ferrucci. He's down and away. 7 seconds for Ferrucci. Here's Connor Daly. Daly's down and away. There's Kirkwood also down and away. Here's Scott McLaughlin in pit lane for his second service of the day. Here's David Malukas, and here comes the leader. Whoa, watch out, Palou. Came in a bit too hot there. Oh no, Malukas. Very slow stop for Malukas. Oh, yellow's out. Oh no, it's Power. What's going on with Will Power? What's going on with Will Power now? Jeez. Already got some drama during green flag pit stops. Malukas with a slow stop. Now Power is having troubles after just finishing his service. Don't know what's going on. What happened to Power? Goes high. Oh, way too wide for Power. Made solid contact with the outside wall. Oh. But he keeps going. Oh, he caught the wall again. Oh, and around he goes. That's the yellow. That's what the caution came out for. Jeez. And Malukas with a very slow stop on the right front. It was not tied on enough. Then, of course, when the caution came out, that just made the stop even longer. But geez, Power's day just got even harder after slapping the wall twice and spinning out, causing the caution in the middle of green flag stops in Milwaukee. I personally find it funny naming random back markers because they drive no disrespect. They drive with no disrespect to the small teams, ship boxes that could get lucky and get good finishes, avoiding the chaos. I see. Imagine if Hamilton does F1, Indy, and NASCAR all at the same time. My goodness, that would be a handful. That will be a handful. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. doing the doubleheader? I don't see it happening. Not anytime soon. That would be called the triple? Oh my gosh. Imagine if Hamilton had to do the Monaco Grand Prix, Indy 500, and Coke 600 all in the same day. I don't think that's even possible. I don't think that's even possible to do Monaco Grand Prix, Indy 500, and Coca Cola 600 all in the same day. That's impossible. Carson Hocevar doing the doubleheader. Oh my goodness. I mean, if Carson Hocevar wants to do it, wants to do it, I say go for it. Peter Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin? Who's he? Who's Peter Griffin? Imagine if Lewis Hamilton wins all those races in Memorial Day weekend. That would be shocking. Oh my gosh. Of course. Peter from Family Guy. Oh my gosh. That'll be the first time somebody ever won a triple, winning the Monaco Grand Prix, the Indy 500, and the Coca Cola 600 all in the same weekend. That'll be historic. Okay, now you're just naming random Family Guy character running the Indy 500 and Coke 600. Is that what you're doing, Miles? Oh my gosh. Phineas and Ferb? Oh my gosh. What is these cartoon characters now? Y'all are just y'all are just having way too much fun now. Y'all are having way too much fun. Scooby Doo, oh my gosh. I'm I'm so lost. Tails the Fox. I'm so done with y'all. I'm so done with y'all. Oh my gosh. Bluey, Perry, Phineas and Ferb. Oh my gosh. Yep. Back at the Milwaukee Mile, and it looks as though Will Power is about finished for the day, as they're trying to make some repairs done. Trying to get some repairs done to that 12 car after slapping the wall twice and spinning out, causing that caution. And here's the drivers that did not stop under that stint of green flag stops before the caution came out. Uh, yeah. Okay. Y'all are just nuts with these random cartoon characters running the Indy 500 and Coke 600 all in the same day. Y'all are just nuts. I can't with y'all. Green Day? Are you talking about the band Green Day? Hey, Jeff Gordon fan 24. How you doing this afternoon? I'm doing just fine. All right, going back green this time by as the pace car is about to make the left-hand turn off the racetrack. All right, here we go. And Alex Palou takes off. We're back racing at the Milwaukee Mile. Jesus, there's a lot of traffic in front of these guys. In front of Scott McLaughlin, to be specific, as he's gonna have to battle a lot of black cars to try to get through to get to Alex Palou. Oh, that's a bad idea, Lungard. He thought about going three wide, but thought better of it. Now Lungard up to the fifth spot. Now working on Rossi, going on the inside of Rossi, going for fourth. Not quite clear. Rossi fights back around the outside, side by side. Oh, that's tight. That's tight. And it looks as though Lungard will clear him finally. And look at Joseph Newgarden around the outside of Rossi, going for fifth, and he will take it easily. Now he's working his work. Now sending his sights on Christian Lungard, trying to go for fourth. Around the outside, here goes Newgarden, trying to get it. Bold move, and he's got it. Newgarden to fourth. He's picking them off one at a time. Now sending his sights on Pato Ward, who's struggling to get by Louis Foster. Now Pato Ward's trying to get by the rookie Louis Foster, but Foster's not having any of it, and that's allowing Newgarden to close up to him. Newgarden goes low, Pato Ward goes high. Oh, that was close. Nearly contact. Here goes Newgarden once again to the inside. And Newgarden goes to third, taking it from Pato Ward. There's a flip. What are you talking about, Kylan? All right. At this time, we're now halfway through. We're now halfway through this race at Milwaukee Mile. Oh, that was close between Dixon and I believe Rasmussen. Yeah, Rasmussen. That was a little close off turn four. Running on board with Rasmussen as he's working his way up against Kyle Kirkwood. That was close. Almost got into the back bumper of the 27. Now he dives to the inside, trying to look for the 10th spot. But Kirkwood's going to fight back around the outside. Still side by side going down the back stretch. And it looks as though Kirkwood will hold off that challenge for now. Rasmussen's trying again to the inside. Oh, that was close. Nearly touching wheels there. Whoa, and Rasmussen got a little squirrely off turn two. Lost a little bit of momentum from Kirkwood to Kirkwood. You got your second go-kart lessons today? Good for you. Nice. Here it is from Rasmussen. Whoa. Nearly lost it off turn two. But Rasmussen, he's not giving up just yet. He's trying to catch back up to the bumper of the 27 of Kirkwood. Hmm. Can you post about can you can I post about you? Have you have one eye? What? Well, I remember I remember making a promise that you said that you were going to Talladega at some point in a few weeks, and you said that I would get, and I said that I would give you a shout out because you're going there. Remember? Oh, and Rasmussen again loose off turn two, nearly caught the wall that time, pulling himself even further back from Kirkwood. Yeah, I did see that you were the first one here. That was when I just caught the start of this race. Oh, also that's why Colton Herta started at the rear of the field because he spun out during practice and qualifying. So that's why. turn it on right whenever the second crash happens. Right when the second crash happened. Oh, perfect timing. but but meanwhile, up front, after all that was going on between lap cars and the lead lappers, it is still Alex Palou leading the way in the Milwaukee Mile as we're past halfway through this race. Have I ever heard of the band Ween Ocean Man? Ween Ocean Man? I'm kind of lost. I'm kind of lost. Who's gonna win this race? I'm not so sure. Whoa, someone's smoking. I believe that's I believe that's Callum Ilott who's pushing out a lot of smoke out of the rear end of that car. Yeah, that's Callum Ilott. That's a lot of smoke coming out of that car. This is your first time watching IndyCar? Nice. I think you should watch more IndyCar races in the future, Kylan. It's really worth your time watching, in my opinion. Oh, yellow's out, and the caution is out, probably for Callum Ilott, who was pushing out a lot of smoke from that car. Oh, but you just watch NASCAR on Sunday. Yeah, it's kind of yeah for IndyCar. Whenever NASCAR and IndyCar are running on at the same time, it's kind of hard for me to catch up with both because you, so that's why I mainly just focus on NASCAR. And whenever NASCAR doesn't run on the same time as IndyCar, that's when I do live reactions. When IndyCar is on first, that's when I do IndyCar reactions first. Then when NASCAR comes on later on, that's when I do NASCAR reactions. But when they're on at the same time, it's kind of hard for me to catch up for both, and I just focus on NASCAR only. Dude, that sucks for Ilum. That sucks for Callum a lot. Ouch. Thoughts on AI? What are you talking about, Miles? Thoughts on AI? Seen some flips in the sport on YouTube. Yeah, IndyCar has had a lot of scary flips in the past. Oh, artificial intelligence. Oh, that AI. Not too crazy about it. There's Alex Palou and Scott McLaughlin on pit lane. There's Newgarden down and away. McLaughlin's down and away. And Palou's down and away. Oh, that was close. But Palau holds off that challenge. Oh, you use Gemini, Chat GPT, and Meta AI. I use none of those. I don't use any of those. Which one do I like better, NASCAR and IndyCar? I like them both the same. Even though many even though many people prefer IndyCar over NASCAR because it has season-long points, which I can firmly understand and agree with that. But at the same time, I've been a NASCAR fan since 2008, and it's kind of hard for me to get out of that area. So I kind of say both, both IndyCar and NASCAR. Ask Meta AI to generate a city that I live very close to. I won't say the name for privacy reasons, of course, but the AI got it nearly spot on, which made me a bit freaked out. Oh my gosh, you shouldn't have done that. You should have never done that, Miles. Do I have any Kyle Busch cars? Any Kyle Busch diecast cars? I used to when I was a kid, but I gave those away. So unfortunately, no, I don't. What about now as an adult? Do I have any Kyle Busch diecasts? Still no, but I hope to get some soon in the future. Fingers crossed on that. Just gonna leave it at that. Can be 8, 18, or the 5. Well, I have a lot of 5 diecasts, but that's for Kyle Larson. I have a lot Yeah, I have a lot of diecasts with the 5 on it, but that's only for Kyle Larson. I wish IndyCar would have a free pass. Yeah, I kind of wish that as well because looking at the leaderboard, because with the leaderboard right now, with Alex Palou leading, no. Now it's Marcus Armstrong the leader, then Alex Palou, McLaughlin. Newgarden Award. But before that, but before but the restart before that, when Alex Palou was the leader, there was like 5 or 6 lap down cars in between first and second. It was kind of hard for me to catch up of who's in second and who's not. Yeah, I kind of wish IndyCar had free pass as well. But anyways, we're back to green, and something's clearly wrong on Armstrong's car. He did not get a good start at all. He just dropped a boatload of positions. Went from first to sixth, and he's continuing to lose spots. Now that's Connor Daly. Now Daly's slowing. What's going on with Connor Daly now? Wait, no. That's Armstrong. What? That's Armstrong. I keep getting confused because they're about the same scheme. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Armstrong, he has dropped like a rock from the lead to outside the top 15. What is going on? Is he like on older tires? Is Armstrong on older tires? Is that why he's dropping so fast? Yep, that's why they told Marcus Armstrong to stay out on those old tires. Terrible call by that crew. That's a terrible call for the crew to have their driver stay out under that caution. Meanwhile, that is close between Kirkwood and Rasmussen as Rasmussen goes around the outside of Kirkwood, trying to go for the 8th spot, and he will do so. He will do just that. What happened to Renus VK? To Renus VK? Oh, hang on with Rasmussen. Oh, VK's in 11th. VK's in 11th, Miles. Oh, wow. Yikes. That was just that was just last week at Portland, or a couple weeks ago at Portland, when Connor Daly had a horrifying crash. Rasmussen was basically asking for a fight in Portland. Oh my gosh. Clearly. Meant to say Venus VK on but instead of Venus Rike. Yeah, you said the names backwards. I did notice that. Hey Alessandro. I'm doing just fine. He should be very lucky that Connor didn't fight. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, here's Rasmussen taking a peek to the inside of Connor Daly, trying to make some room. And he gets loose again! Nearly caught the wall of turn four. That just lost him some time to Daly. Still can't get over the Cup Daytona finish last night. A four wide finish. I know. Absolute cinematic finish, if I'm being honest with you, Alessandro. Who do you think is going to win the championship in all three series for NASCAR? Um, for Cup Series, I'm leaning towards. I'm thinking it's going to be a battle between Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Kyle Larson. Now that's kind of like me being biased towards HMS, so I don't want to be that guy. So I want to say it's between Kyle Larson. I'll just screw it. I'm just gonna say it's between Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott, and William Byron. Let's just leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that for Cup Series. For Xfinity, for for Xfinity Series, I'm leaning 100% towards Connor Zillage to win the championship in his rookie season. The last time we've had a rookie driver win the championship was William Byron. Well, no, Tyler Reddick in 2018, if I'm correct. The last time we've had a rookie driver win the championship was Tyler Reddick in 2018. And for trucks, 100% Corey Heim, if he doesn't get screwed out of the championship this time, like in 2023, because of antics on the track from Carson Hocevar. The last time Trevor Bayne raced in Cup was 7 years ago in 2018 in Phoenix. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Trevor Bayne became one of the that Trevor Bayne became a bust after his Daytona 500 victory in 2011. But no matter what, but regardless if he's a bust, he'll always be known as a Daytona 500 champion. So there's that. Who's gonna win this IndyCar race? And so far, it looks like Alex Palou has this thing on lock if he keeps up with his lead. For me, in my opinion, the truck champion will be Heim. Xfinity will be between Love, Zillage, and Allgaier. For Cup, the champion will be Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, the Cup Series champion. Um, hmm, that's kind of like that's kind of tough to be honest with you, Alessandro. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, Ryan Blaney did win the championship in 2023, but he had like the at the time he had like the worst average finish since Jimmy Johnson, which was 14.1. That and of course that was broken by the next Mickey championship, which was just last season with Joey Logano at 17.1. three positions worse. Connor Zillage, Justin Allgaier, and Corey Heim will both probably be screwed out of the championship, and instead somebody like Austin Hill or Brandon Jones will win in Xfinity. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. But you never know with this gimmicky playoff system that NASCAR has nowadays. Even though there are talks about them possibly changing the system for the 2026 season, but I have my doubts. For Corey Heim in trucks, Connor Zillage in Xfinity, Christopher Bell in Cup, respectable. I can respect that, Kylan. I hope Ryan Blaney doesn't win. He has no room to insult the fans, criticizing the fans, calling his championship fake and telling them to get over it. I don't got respect for people like that. Yeah, it's kind of yeah, I don't know what point Ryan Blaney was trying to make when he made that quote. Yeah, I'm not so sure what Ryan Blaney was trying to prove. What point Ryan Blaney was trying to prove. But again, we'll just have to wait and see if the championship format is going to remain the same or is it going to change in 2026 because there's heavy talks about NASCAR potentially switching up the championship format in 2026. But we'll just have to wait and see and keep your fingers crossed for that. And Joey Logano acting like he's the greatest driver ever because he won three fake titles pisses me off. Same with Penske fans saying the exact same crap, being delusional. Right, especially after his most recent Mickey Championship win in 2024 when he said that he loves the playoffs. Like, who goes out and wins a fake championship and says they love the playoffs because of that? And then goes into the media center or post race interviews and say and to say for many people to say that this championship was not undeserved is BS. Like Logano, you know that your championships are fake. You are not the best in either three of those championships that you quote unquote won in 2018, 2022, and 2024. You were not the best driver all year. You just got hot at the right time. Yeah, I see why you chose Christopher Bell because he won three in a row early in the season. But yeah, I get why you chose Christopher Bell as Cup Series championship for this year because he won three in a row at the beginning of the season at a, at Atlanta, Coda, and Phoenix. But he's kind of tapered off a little bit ever since his All Star win. He's kind of tapered off, but we'll see what happens. In the IMSA race at Virginia, we just had a car on fire. Yikes! Hope they're okay. I don't want to see any Joy Logano or Ryan Blaney fans complaining about Chase Elliott's and Kyle Larson's championships ever again. Yeah, for real, Miles, because when Chase Elliott won his championship in 2020, everyone was calling it a quote unquote Mickey Mouse championship because because during that season Kevin Harvick had like the season of his life, but didn't get to race in the championship because he had to do everything he could to make the Final Four. Like, why are you guys calling it a Mickey championship in 2020? At least in 2022, Chase Elliott was the non-chase champion that year, so it kind of aligns with his 2020 championship that he won. Yeah, even though Chase Elliott won the championship in 2022, he's the non-chase champion in 20. Wait, no, what am I saying? At least when Chase Elliott won the championship in 2020, at least it aligns with his non-chase championship in 2022. So it's all aligned there. And Kyle Larson, he won the championship in no matter the format we were in, whether it's the playoffs or the OG Chase or the Winston format. Kyle Larson was the championship in no matter the format in 2021. In the NASCAR Weekly podcast this past Wednesday, some people in the chat were trolling by picking Cody Ware to win. Thank goodness that chat got common sense and went with the Blaney instead. Yeah, I was so scared during the NASCAR Weekly podcast last Wednesday. I was like, chat, what are you guys doing? Why are you picking Cody Ware? Are you that stupid, chat? Thank God that wasn't the case, that they went with Cody Ware. Thank God that wasn't the case and went with Blaney instead. And they came in clutch with the victory last night with the Blaney win. Thank goodness that wasn't the case. Thank God. Or else we would have lost a ton of ground in the NASCAR Wiki podcast pick points. I don't want to say that Joy's 2022 championship was Mickey because he was one of the best that entire season. I guess so. He was second or third in points, not first. Therefore, he shouldn't have won. I would have loved to see a stupid winner win instead of a Penske driver. Yeah. In Chase Elliott's 2020 season, he had 5 wins compared to Harvick's 9. Chase could have won more races that year and have better finishes elsewhere. His stats do not tell the whole story. Yeah, you're right on that, Alessandro. I could count like 4 or 5 more times that Chase Elliott could have won that season outside of the 5 wins that he got that championship season in 2020. One of those, of course, was the Coca-Cola 600 when he was literally 2 laps away from winning the Coca-Cola 600. But with 2 laps to go, William Byron blew a tire. For some reason, he did not go to pit road. William Byron blew a tire, and that cost Elliott a shot at winning the Coca-Cola 600. But not exactly. It was because of his stupid crew chief, Alan Gustafson, telling Chase Elliott to pit with 2 to go. Like, Alan, are you that stupid? Like, why would you tell your driver to pit with 2 laps to go? That was one of the races that Elliott could have won. The Southern 500 was another one. Yeah, Chase Elliott could have won the Darlington races in 2020, but got wrecked near the end of the race by Kyle Busch. With the Kyle Busch situation, it was just a misjudgment. It was a misjudgment for the Kyle Busch situation. And in the Southern 500, when Martin Truex Jr. was going for the lead, he was not clear. He was not clear entering the first turn and put both of those drivers into the wall. That's when we heard Chase Elliott said, "Not clear, jackass." Correct. Give it back to him. To add insult to injury, Jimmy Johnson failed inspection. Yeah, that still stings. Jimmy Johnson finished second in his Coca-Cola 600 race. his final Coca-Cola 600, but it was all for naught because he failed post-race inspection. Ouch. The fact that Logano is one championship away from tying Jeff Gordon personally disgusts me. Wow. You low key wanted Cody Ware or Ty Dillon to win to show how much of a fraud the chase format is? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Exactly, John. And as I mentioned a bunch of times before, don't hate the player, hate the game. And we all hate the game. Whoa. Meanwhile, back to the IndyCar race after all that, after catching up what y'all were saying in the chat, back to the IndyCar race. Oh, New Garden! Where are you going? Oh, wait. Miles per hour's lap. Wait a second. I think that's why I'm not even bothering to watch hardly any of the chase this year's outside of Southern 500 and Fall Talladega race. Wait a minute. I think I know who you are. I think I know who you are. Because as soon as you said that, are you? What? Caution? Huh? Raindrops? Raindrops? With 41 laps to go, caution for raindrops. Oh, yep. Well, that was something. Now we just have to wait and see how long this rain will hold. Grandpa, I didn't make the playoffs. How come? Ty, you didn't perform when it mattered the most. Simple as that. And yeah, Bowman was so lucky that it was Blaney who won. Yeah. Did you know? Did you know Ty Gibbs won a championship in 2021 in the Xfinity Series? No, it was 2022, NASCAR fan. It was 2022 that Ty Gibbs won the championship in the Xfinity Series. In the Cup Series, the most improved team is Legacy, while most disappointing, in my opinion, is RFK. Yeah, Legacy Motor Club, they've been slowly getting better and better each and every week. They were once a back market team, but they've been slowly clicking off top tens and almost top fives at some races. Ooh, that was tight off pit road. You don't know the names for IndyCar? Um, Scott Dixon, Alex Palou, who's currently the leader, Pato Award, Felix Rosenquist, Marcus Armstrong, Connor Daly, Will Power, Kyle Kirkwood, Alexander Rossi, Joseph Newgarden, Scott McLaughlin, Christian Lundgaard, Christian Rasmussen, David Malukas, Colton Herta, Rinus VK, Santino Ferrucci, among other among many others. Grandpa, can I have a cup championship? Ty, you're not eligible for the championship, so no. Why would I want to do that, Ty? Why would you want to be teammates with me, Ty? You're teammates with Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe. Because the answer is no, Ty. No, I'm not your dad, Ty. I'm your grandfather. How do you not understand that? Ty, once again, the answer is no. Now stop asking me those dumb questions. All right, let's get back to the race now. His car is off. Alex Palou on the gas once again. Pulls out to a couple of car lengths over the lap car of, I believe, Robert Schwartzman. As everybody's fanning out deep in the field, 3 wide. That's Joseph Newgarden splitting outside. And that's Alexander Rossi to the inside of Newgarden. Is everybody jostling for position, middle of the field? Oh, Rasmussen. There's Newgarden around the outside of the lap car of whoever that is. Oh, Kiffin Simpson. And there goes Rossi trying to follow through around the outside. Side by side, trying to clear Simpson, and it looks as though he will, just barely, as behind him, Pat O'Ward is under attack from Rasmussen. Oh, that was close between Rasmussen and Simpson. As Pat O'Ward is now trying to look for a spot underneath Rossi. Whoa, what a move by Rasmussen around the outside of O'Ward. And here goes Rasmussen around the outside of his teammate, trying to go for the fourth spot on Rossi, and it looks as though he will do so. Yep, and Rasmussen up to the fourth spot. Now setting his sights on Joseph Newgarden. He's got some time to do it. He's got time to do so. And it looks so squeezing around the outside. Almost caught the wall. Now he's switching back to the inside. Diving it in. And he's got it. Rasmussen to third. What a run he's going on. Oh my gosh. Whoa, hang on to it, Newgarden. That was close. Nearly lost it through turns one. There goes Lundgaard right by Newgarden because of that little skirmish in turn 1. Now on board with Rasmussen once again, as he's now setting his sights on McLaughlin, it looks like, trying to go for the second spot. He's got time to do it. And here he goes, round the outside of McLaughlin. Rasmussen to second. Rasmussen up to second. Is there enough time for him to run down the leader, Alex Palou? He is moving it. He is moving it right now. 20 laps to go. He's got time to run down the leader. Can he get there? .7 seconds is the gap. He is on a mission to catch Alex Palou, who has been dominant this race. You can clearly see it. You don't need a stopwatch. You can see that Rasmussen is gaining Carlings on both ends of the racetrack. Gap is 1.2 seconds between Palou and Rasmussen. He is on a mission with 18 laps to go. The gap is less than a second. He is there. He is coming fast. He is coming fast. 0.7 of a second with 17 to go. He is there. He is closing. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Half a second. He is there. What can Alex Palou do to try to keep Rasmussen back there? Because Rasmussen has caught him. Rasmussen has caught him. Yep, here's Rasmussen. Oh, and it looks as though Palou goes low. Rasmussen, that opens up the door. That opens up the door for Rasmussen. Around the outside, side by side off turn 4. Side by side, can he clear him? For the lead, and Rasmussen goes to the front. Rasmussen to the point at Milwaukee. Oh my goodness, what a charge. What a charge. Can Rasmussen hold on for possibly his first win in an IndyCar series? Yep. Rasmussen passed on Alex Palou and made it look very easy. Yeah. He has really got the high side working for him. And Rasmussen is pulling away from Palou, who has been the dominant the car all race long. There was nothing Palou could do through turns 3 and 4. Yeah, Palou just laid low and went to the left, tried to get a good run through turns 3 and 4. But at the time, Rasmussen already had a good run on the outside. And once Rasmussen got by him, there was nothing Palou could do. There was nothing he could do. And look at the crowd. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, now we're coming up on lap traffic. Coming up on lap traffic now. Now, how will Rasmussen's car handle through traffic? 10 to go. Can Rasmussen hold on for I believe this will be his first career win if Rasmussen can hold on. You know, the lap cars need to get out of the way. Literally, jeez, Rosenquist, move it! Oh, that was close around the outside. Nearly caught the wall off turn 2. 8 to go now. 8 more miles around the Milwaukee Mile. Christian Rasmussen trying to look for his first career win, but he's got have to battle through lap traffic. No mistakes in traffic. And he's doing that with ease and continuing to pull away from Alex Palou. The lap car's making it difficult for Rasmussen. Not over just yet. Not that difficult because he is getting by them with ease and continuing to pull away from Alex Palou. The gap is 1.4 seconds. Yeah, the gap is pretty much good enough, I believe. Yeah, this was a situation. Oh, man! Nearly caught the wall off turn 2. That was close between him and Felix Rosenquist. Rasmussen. Yeah, just slow down, Rasmussen. Just slow down. You got a good enough gap over Palou. Whoa, he got a little squirrely. He got in the wake of Louis Foster there. He got a little squirrely through turns 3 and 4. 5 laps to go. 5 to go this time. Just hold it together, Rasmussen. No need to push so hard. No need to push so hard. Don't push too hard or you'll step over that line and cost yourself. No, if there's a yellow this late in the race will be over. The race ends under caution. If the caution comes out now, the race is over. Rasmussen will win either way. But 3 laps to go. He is not backing down just yet. Yep, you don't have to pass anybody else, the race strategist said. This time by 2 laps to go. 2 miles remain for Christian Rasmussen, looking for his first career win in the IndyCar series. The pride from Denmark. The Danish driver from Denmark has the lead and is over 2 seconds over Alex Palou through turns 3 and 4. This time by white flag. 1 lap to go for Christian Rasmussen. Can he hold on? 4 left turns away from his first career win. No mistakes. He can just back down from here. 1.9 seconds over the 4-time champ Alex Palou. Coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. And after a strong charge on the final restart, takes it away from Alex Palou. And off turn 4, the Danish driver Christian Rasmussen wins at the Milwaukee Mile. Holy cow! Holy cow! First career win for Christian Rasmussen. First career win for Christian Rasmussen in his 30th IndyCar start. The pride from Denmark. And he's gonna burn it down on the front stretch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, John Vandervander. A huge underdog win. Huge underdog win. And how about that for Ed Carpenter Racing as well? Rasmussen with the win and Alexander Rossi P4. So both of his cars in the top five. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for Rasmussen. As he climbs out of the car, you can tell he is pumped right now. This is his teammate Alexander Rossi congratulating him. And here's his crew. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Christian Rasmussen. How about that? Yeah. Yep. First career win in his 30th IndyCar start for Christian Rasmussen. We all knew it was coming sooner or later. We all knew it was coming soon with how he has been performing the last few weeks, and it has finally come to fruition. It has finally come together for Ed Carpenter Racing's Christian Rasmussen, getting his first career win after passing the now four-time IndyCar champion Alex Palou on the final restart on a final late charge when they took the restart with about 24 laps to go. It was when they took the restart with about 24 or 28 laps to go. Out Christian Rasmussen was on a mission to get to the front, and he drove by the lead lap cars like it was nothing. and by the lap down cars like it was nothing. And once he got into clean air, it was all the only car that left was standing in between himself and the win was Alex Palou. And it was like a 2 second gap, but he ate that gap up like it was nothing. That was the power of fresh tires and the tire advantage that he had on Alex Palou. And in like in my opinion, it took like less than 5 laps for him to get to Alex Palou. And once Palou was caught by Rasmussen, he tried to go low to keep his advantage or to keep his line, but Rasmussen got the outside line working. And once Rasmussen got it to his outside, there was nothing Alex Palou could do. There was nothing Palou could do after he dominated this race, just couldn't put it together. But as I said, he already Alex Palou already locked up the championship 2 races early. Now the only race that's left on the IndyCar season is the Nashville race that's happening in a couple of weeks, I believe. The only race that's left is the Nashville finale. But but yeah, congratulations to Christian Rasmussen earning his first career win, well deserved, as Alessandro said. Well deserved victory for Christian Rasmussen. Excuse me. But in, but that wraps it up for the IndyCar Series race at Milwaukee Mile. It was a pretty decent, solid race for IndyCar standards. A solid 8 out of 10 for IndyCar standards at the Milwaukee Mile. 8 out of 10 in my opinion. But next week they're off to, in terms of race reactions, I believe some of you mentioned in the chat that the Truck Series is racing at Darlington next Sunday. Either Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday, but I'm hoping it's Sunday, but we'll see. But in terms of NASCAR reactions, if it's not trucks on Sunday, then definitely the Southern 500 next weekend at Darlington Raceway, the final crown jewel race of this season for the Cup Series. So we'll see what happens next week, as that's the beginning of the postseason. So we'll see what happens next weekend in terms of race reactions, whether it's the Truck Series or the Cup Series at Darlington next weekend. But until then, it's been your boy Cito Brown. You all have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys next Sunday for NASCAR reactions, whether it's Trucks or Cup Series at Darlington Raceway. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe down below for more live streaming content like this. So, until then, peace out, y'all.